for everything to go live. That needs to be tightened. Okay. Hello. Okay. It looks like we're live. You see these boxes right here? Okay. I think we're live. Hello, everyone. I know it's a different time for me today, so welcome to the early stream, I guess. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm gonna do some sorting. I got Ash over here. Let's see if we can see him. Yeah, he's there. Doggy-O's here, and this is my lap. No, this is my setup for sorting. I can look down now at the top. I'm trying to figure things out, guys. So yeah, I got treats for the puppy, treats for me. So yeah, that's what's going on. No wheels today. I don't feel like setting that up. I'd have to I'd have to revise what's on there, you know? Like, I need to do that. That's going to be next week. We are going to have some wheel action. Otherwise, today we are just chilling. I got this pile of cards. I wanted to sort some. It's just been building up so much that it's kind of time, you know? Hey, Alberto made it. It is good to see you, bro. How you doing? So, yeah, what I'm going to do is just sort some cards. I got the treats over there. The box to my right. This is just cards. But yeah, there's a lot of them here. Like, I gotta figure out, because I want to buy list. And yeah, Ash is down there by my feet. Look, let's see if you could see him. A puppy. See? Hello, buddy. Yes. There's Ash. So this is what's going on here. I just need to make sure these are all Kamigawa cards, because it says it on the box. Alright, these are all Kamigawa cards. I don't need to mess with this box. I'm just trying to make sure that the boxes that say Kamigawa are just Kamigawa, you know? Like, oh, Philippe, how you doing, man? Yes, we are chilling here. So that box is good. But I have boxes like this. I wrote, need to sort all fast on there, and it's like, all right, what the hell do I need to sort here? You know, I'm still a little sick, so I feel like this is kind of like a reason why I did this early. I took a COVID test. It's not COVID, but it is quite the congestion I got going. I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but goddamn, it's just kind of clinging there. And you know, look, I smoke too, right? And it is like changing from fall time to winter, well, summertime to like winter time, and coldness all fast. This fall time is kind of ridiculous. Let me. This is important to have if you're gonna be filming, right? You gotta have light that you can freaking hit with a remote, because yeah, it becomes a lot. If you're, you know, you don't want to stare into the sun looking at your lighting all the time. Yes, it is time to sort. I don't know what type of treasures we'll have, bro. Yeah, it's here. The 3D block turd says. So, who do we got? Alberto, Ben, Philippe, Emmanuel. Man, it sounds like we got Kylan too. It sounds like we got a lot of European buddies here today. That's cool, because it's kind of like I figured there would be a little bit of that action. Look at this guy. he's trying to get pets right here. His face. You see him? Yeah, he's he's like pushing at things with his head, like, I want you to pet me. I was thinking of I hadn't watched the Rudy video yet. I'm curious as to what he says on the. So you know what? Is that a bad thing to do? Like, buddy, this is not the place to walk right now. Is that something like legal to do? Playing Rudy's video and talking about it? Like, I feel like that would be kind of different. We haven't done that yet. Thank you, Sun Pony. And we got Paul. Hello, Paul. How are you today? So, yes. So I'm going to take this is my rosin vape pen, so I got that. Okay.
You know, the product that everybody said, oh god, another crossover.
What do you guys think of Warhammer?
You know, and stores are very cautious on, even me. You know, it's like, great.
Can you guys hear this?
I'm sure it could be watered down. Reprint equity, maybe one or two fun cards, one card worth $30, and it's going to take. So I haven't been following this product. Well, I've been getting bombarded with messages saying we're
What the hell is in here?
So I'm like, what?
What is in here?
Warhammer.
I'm just pulling out the sleeved cards.
No. That just changes.
Oracle's attendance. Oh, this is some flea market stuff.
$1,000?
Yeah, that's a crazy price. 4 decks for like a grand. It's more like 800, but still. Yes, please. Thoughts on MTG Lion? Look, man. I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice guy and all. I can't watch him. The things he says, like, he contradicts himself. He's short-sighted. I don't know what to say about MTG Lion. He's made 3,000 videos, so he has a following, okay? Like, Mike B, how you doing? Of course it's legal, bro. This place is yours. I don't know what that means. I don't know. On what? So short printed. Can't believe Warhammer is sold as fast as it did. Yeah. Even regular old game, wasn't it? What game we talking about, bro? Cool mechanics, but niche product, not for all. Oh, check out this game. I got sent cards from a game called Personal Conquest and stuff like Queen Brothel. So yeah, 800 is almost as bad as Rudy Box. And I don't subscribe to MTG Lion. I can't. 800 is almost as bad as Rudy's box. Yeah, I got Rudy's box though for the channel. I didn't buy more than one. So this seems to me like a box of flea market cards, and I don't know if any are worth. I think this isn't actually worth money, this group of cards. There's a few, but not like this is gonna be a pain. This is so many things. Baldur's Gate, he's right, it's mispriced. Like, at the price it is now, it's kind of a better deal, you know? Freaking, what, 150 bucks for a box? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Mason, what up? Triple X cards. Where the shark's at, right? Oh, such a magic noob. I collect Yu-Gi-Oh! Warhammer, new set. I like Rudy. I just couldn't do it. I have collector's edition on my mind. I agree. I'm gonna pull. Look at it. Nice Silver Age foils. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I can't justify spending that much money on the deck set. He's selling it on Sunday. See, this is such a mix. Eventually, I'm gonna need to sort it into all their separate sets. You got rares in here. I know these aren't worth anything, but they're still rares to pull out. Doggy, you want a treat? Is that what's going on here? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Once it comes out and it's out for a week, we're gonna see, you know, downward pressure for at least a week. Hoping it'll pull serialized. Oh my god, yeah, it would be sick, bro. Hey Andrew, how you doing? All right, let's give Puppy a treat. Puppy, let's see if I could aim this. Puppy, treat for the pups. Yes. Oh, thank you, Ben. He liked that. Okay. I'll give myself a treat too.
So you have to be careful basing any opinion on any product or what it's selling for, no matter if it's Magic, Pokemon,
hoping you'll post whatever I drew. Gonna buy that Necron 40k deck non-collectors. They do look cool. I'm not talking crap on them. They look cool. They're a cool product. It's just how they distributed it. Right. 40 years. Something is going on with Leonardo. I don't know. Alright. I remember these rares. They weren't worth. They weren't worth. Forget if this was a couple bucks.
That they actually put decent cards in it. That's really the whole video. I'm gonna cut the video off. You're not gonna do a long video here. I'm just slaying behind the scenes here, but I just want to say I'm genuinely surprised. The product is good. Like I thought Universes Beyond anything was gonna be dog shit. It's actually
it is decent. A good product.
Before we end the video, with all honesty, everybody, I really don't recommend you spend $1,000 on 4 commander decks.
No, that's not a good idea. There's other things to spend your money on.
Window of opportunity, you can flip it for 2,000 and get some 10Bs, but with all due respect, everybody, you know, it's intentionally short printed. Now, if you're financially set and you just want to have some blingy FU, look what I got, go for it. But for the realities for most of us, I really don't recommend the commander one. The commander collector, or I'm sorry, the 40k collectors.
Yeah, that
supply is so low
for $1,000, it's silly. Don't get stupid.
And I just don't think the risk reward is worth it. If you're spending over actually, like it's $990, so with tax it'd be $1,100. Holy smoke! I mean, I'm sorry, if you're at $1,100.
So this is stuff I was trying to buy list too. Like all this is a couple of cents, you know, like generous gift. All this is a couple of pennies, maybe not these. Oh no, they're snow covered. Yeah, they might be worth a couple of bucks. So this is partially a buy list box. Like this stuff right here is to buy list. Alright, what do we got here? What do we have? Radarack, Jax's combo, yeah. This is food retreats. Forces of the Imperium Rings going in it. The war may be the same, but the battlefield is always new. Alright, no doubt. I did 40 years and I'm winning. Alright. Yeah, all this is a couple Necrotali, but I don't know. This stuff is all to be buy listed. That's what's going on here. Yeah. See, I just think I could get such cool stuff if I buy list all this. Yep, this is all a couple of bucks.
I just want people to remember that.
Laboratory Maniacs.
I don't think people realize the attractive prices of, the stock market. Real estate's coming down. The crypto prices, the collectibles, the CCG, bonds. Look at I haven't talked about bonds in years on this channel. And I'm seeing 1-year CDs with no risk, backed by the federal government insured. 1-year CDs online for over 4% interest. I haven't seen that crap since I had a real job 15 years ago. It's incredible.
So these are bulk.
Warhammer 40K, well played, Wizards. Looks phenomenal.
Background Rudy is annoying. Yeah, some people don't like Rudy's voice, where he gets a little worked up and all that. Oh, these are all a couple alsos.
It's a phenomenal product.
Yeah, opt.
I'm just really surprised as everybody else is.
Shop Michael's today for our best sale of the season.
Okay. Shut it. I don't need more commercials. Alright. So, yeah, these are all to be buy listed cards. That's what's going on here. These that aren't in here aren't. Those are flea market cards. Background Rudy is annoying, Ed. Yes, I get it. But, he's talking about an important subject. He's talking about the freaking Warhammer 40K decks. And, it is a big thing. These 4 decks, it's the supply has been throttled so much that it's now $1,000 product. How did it get there? It's kind of ridiculous. It shouldn't be that high for a brand new product, and especially for something like a pre-constructed deck. Pre-constructed decks are products that are meant for players, okay? Since the beginning of time. And I just don't think that is the product that they should be targeting as a premium priced product. It just seems kind of like a jip to me, man. Like, there's no rarity in a freaking pre-con. Every card is just as rare as the other, right? It's just I don't like what they did with this product. I don't like how they're strangling the players' products. The players should get their products. They should be totally different than the boxes. Boxes is always a gambling type thing. You knew that. Pre-cons, they have what's in there. It's just ridiculous, okay? Ugh. Needed some water. Background Rudy is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Good points, thank you. So I'm a review on DJ Longhair. Yeah, there is a lot of players' interest, and that's what I'm saying. It should be like that, and it should be cheaper so that more players can get it. It's making this product an elite product was not a great decision in my opinion. I just don't think it was. I don't know. There's other stuff to make into premium products. Like come on. Now you know how much you had to pay for the Warhammer name. They dropped some cheddar. That's true too, but like what they're doing by strangling the supply to jack up the price, then they're gonna sell it on Amazon at that higher price. That's kind of, it's not cool. And I agree though, Paul. They did splurge on the product. It's just like, why splurge on a pre-con? It's strange. Why didn't you make like you've been doing with secret lairs or themed sets? It's just a weird move. And I don't know. Yes, Pat, early stream, don't worry, we will not be stepping on your toes at 7 tonight. I decided to it is not the big stream of the month. I'm kind of trying to do one big stream on the first Saturday of the month nowadays, so I felt like going at a different time. Yeah, so I'm trying to do different times for any other streams that I have during the month, and then one big one on the first Saturday of a month. There's no way we're gonna get a non-premium Universes Beyond. Lord of the Rings is next year. You're right, but I don't know why they're tying it into theme decks. That's what I'm saying. It's like These are precons. This is a weird product to tie into Universes Beyond and to charge more on. I don't know why you wouldn't do a set theme like that. Like Ikoria. I don't know. I feel like that worked out pretty good. I don't know. What? C has been doing a lot of strange things for no rhyme or reason. 100%. I can't argue with that. Did you buy a Rudy 6.9 kit? Yes, I did, Chris. We need to see one open on the channel. Otherwise, however, if I wasn't going to open one, I wouldn't have got it. If I didn't have a channel, I wouldn't have got it. I just don't feel that the value is there. I know some people are paying for the Rudy paraphernalia and all that, but I feel like there should have been more value in there, and yeah, that's all. I just feel like there should have been more value packed into it, you know? So, what is going on with Cryptic, by the way? Let's have a little update on that. It seems like part of what they were shipping out is late and part is early. So, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be shipping out the part that's late, probably 2 to 4 weeks late, but they're shipping it with the stuff that was supposed to come out 2 months after that in a separate shipment. They're shipping it all at the same time. So, I don't know. I kind of like that. I like that it's like that they pushed up the date for the second part. You know what I mean? Like delaying things is par for the course, but pushing up the date to include more stuff earlier, that's cool. It's classy when things go both ways. You know what I mean? Like you knew things could be delayed, and that's fine. That a lot of things are delayed now, especially. But if things are early, usually they never send it out early. They like, F you get it still at the release date. This, though, it's a good move. It's, I like that. I don't know. I like that move. That's all. What else with them? They have PSA, DNA, autograph authentication now. I think they submitted all the artists' signatures so that PSA can compare them and make sure... I mean, some of their chase cards are autograph cards, so that makes sense. And, I mean, the other game, freaking Sorcery, all we see, update-wise, is delays. I don't know. I think Cryptic is managing themselves post-Kickstarter better than Sorcery. There's another game out there. It's a Lovecraftian game. I don't know. I'm interested in that, but not completely. HRM. Hey Ed, are we opening some... No Stronghold boosters tonight. I am not ripped tonight, so we will not be opening any Stronghold packs tonight. Okay, let's see what's in here. Okay, so we have a block of... Next time I go to Japan, I'm going to do what I did last time, and I am going to bring a block of rares from War of the Spark in Japanese to, to buy list when I'm there. Because what am I going to do with it right now? You know, I don't play with Japanese cards, so what's the point, guys? I don't know. Yeah, like all this nice sets reversal. Isn't that a couple of bucks? You know what I mean? So yeah, this is the what? This has everything. This has rares and anime walkers. Okay, so this is like all of my uncommon and rare. No, my uncommon planeswalkers, rares, and mythics, but in Japanese. Okay, and now we have this block of cards that is... See, this is why I need to organize this stuff, because all these other cards over here and whatnot need to be buy listed, but like this is more flea market randomness that can go into this other box over here, and it's just like a mess. A mess, guys. Armadillo cloak. Isn't that like... God, tell me. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't wanna. I don't want to look up individual cards, you know? It's not going to be able to do it, too. Later, I do not want to restart for the card database. Okay, add manually. Okay. Armadillo. The armadillo. So 47-cent common. See, like, bah, I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'll do it another day. Oosh, there's a lot in here. I wonder what flea market journey this was from, but this is crazy to see. Foils in here too. Oh, there's revised in there. Fourth. I mean, these are older foils, but not going to be worth anything. You know, one day I'm going to do some repacks as well with a lot of this stuff, because I feel like that would kind of be more fun to do with a lot of this stuff. I don't know, guys. What do you think about repacks? I could, because, you know, I wouldn't make them stupid and worthless like all the ones on eBay are. I'd make them fun. It's still repacks, though. I don't know what anybody thinks of repacks. Oh, Ben says, feed the pups. Let's see. I got a treat for the pups. Treat for the pups. Pups. Yes. Noms. Yes. Who's a good boy, huh? Look at them go. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ben. I will take a poke for the Ed, too. What do we got here? You're early, Ed, or did I? Nerd. Yes, Jurgen, how you doing, bro? I am early today because it's not the, like, big live stream of the month. And I plan on saving the, like, Saturday night live streams for the big live stream in a month, and I do kind of random ones in between. Sell it to me, I'll beat Byless, I can resell out my TCG player. Bro, not a bad idea. Freaking BA over at Anger Collections, by the way. He does a lot of he has different videos because he has an aspect of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A dealer. He sells on TCG players, so he has an interesting perspective. So check out BA over at Anger Collections. Good guy. Nice old school cards. I'd love them. Yes, I do too. Oh my god, it'd give you pennies on the dollar. Blister pack guy, bro. I don't even want to talk about that guy. Freaking ridiculous, dude. What a ridiculous dude, you know? Try to tell me that those packs are $80. Get out of here. What was it? It wasn't even Avacyn Restored. It was like Magic Origins and Born of the Gods and Khans of Tarkir or something like that. 3 packs in a blister pack. Dude originally asked for $150. I talked him down to $80, and I was gonna be nice and give him $60, but he wouldn't budge from $80. So like, oof, what a waste of money. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that. I was only buying it because it was a blister. You know what I mean? For the wall, But like, I didn't really want it, and that's you know, that should have told me something right there, that if I didn't really want it, why should I be buying it? It was like all beat up and stuff. It wasn't really, yeah, it wasn't really great. I'm kind of glad I passed on it. I won't go back to him because he's just unreasonable in the first place, and yeah. Ash probably thinks I'm talking to myself. He definitely thinks I'm talking to myself. I know he thinks I'm talking to myself. Oh, Ed's talking to himself again. I better follow. There might be treats. Okay. So this has random. Let's get a pen. Do I not have a pen with me? Oh, I'm a silly boy. I got a pencil, but that kind of sucks to write on cardboard, like a little sharp pencil. Well, I still need to sort it. This is flea Oh my god. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. And this much Japanese war. This is a mess, guys. I'm really just trying to pull out some cards for the buy list, you know, because I need to. It's time. It's time to. It's time. I know my trigger. You know my trigger. You're ridiculous, Paul. I'm doing good. Having German beer is nice. And watching the thing. I'll start live streams soon. Oh, cool. Jurgen. Totally. Do some live streams, man. Early Oktoberfest. Believe the Bavarian. This is big flea market find money. So this is like cards with some actual value from the flea market. And I think this is more like the type of stuff that that I need to put in the buy list. I mean, not all of it is money, but yeah, so I need to buy list. And yeah. So that's what I got in here. I don't know if I'm going to go through this stuff today because you heard that one. That was my head on the microphone. Because what, like Chainer's Edict? Not all of this is Exsanguish. This is like buy listing for $6 each or some crap like that, you know. So I mean, there is value here, and I just totally messed up my organization already. Great, way to go, Ed. Way to go, bro. What a move. I just like pulled out cards. That was not smart. Because I know I have them in like back to back. Do I think it's even possible for Hasbro to let Wizards go back to just 5 to 6 product releases a year instead of 50? No, I don't think it's possible. I think they kind of already. What did I do with that? All right. This needs to go in the other box. Some stuff that I left out. Hey, I got one box organized. Whee! I guess I got the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty box organized as well because it was already organized. But does that count? I don't know. Oh, sorry, I missed that 3D. Buy list is like, there's websites like Card Kingdom that they have a list, yeah, and the prices that they're buying it. So you could trade in your cards and get store credit and or whatever. You know, you can get cash, but you can get more from store credit. It makes it worthwhile to get some old stuff that way. So every once in a while, I like to do that. I like to go through my stuff and look at what I'm trying to move at that point and buy some old stuff with it because, yeah, if you can turn some commons and some lands into like a quarter each and stuff like that, and then turn the whole pile into a nice reserve list card or like a pack of something, you know, like what am I gonna do with an Imperial Recruiter? I'm not playing with him. So, yeah, I tend to buy listings so that I can recoup. Basically, it's like selling stuff without having to go through the hassle like BA has to do and be a seller on TCG Player. Like, I respect the hustle, BA, man. I know it's a lot of work, and yeah, I do not envy the work, not at all. Yeah, man. That's some craziness. So this is a big buy list box as well. Yep. And what I'm gonna do is take some stuff from over here that I know Where is it? Ah! Get it. Get it. Ah. Okay. Okay. This is some stuff from actually a flea market buy that you guys haven't seen yet. Oh, it's pretty nice. Oh, would you look at that? Unlimited. Very nice. Not gonna buy list this stuff. Yeah, old stuff, I'm not silly. I don't buy list it. But new stuff, I buy list. If you're gonna sell stuff, again, don't buy list old stuff. There's something else. Yeah, reserve list card. I'm not gonna buy list that. Again, reserve list card. Not gonna buy list that. This stuff though, yeah, I'm gonna get something nice for it. Like right here, you could probably get a pack of Stronghold. Right. I know. I heard speak of it. I didn't watch it yet, but Tularian Community College, he did a thing. He bought 4 collector's edition Dominaria United boxes, and he bought 1 pack of Legends to compare what's in them and what you can get. Let me tell you something. That guy shorted win. So, yeah, like, if I can turn a bunch of silly cards into an old pack from Card Kingdom, I trust Card Kingdom. I've gotten some sick pulls from there. They don't mess with their cards. So, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And when I buy old cards like this, I'm not gonna buy list the old, the unlimited and the reserve list cards. RMA, RMAX Sport CG, what up, bro? Okay. What else do I have over here, actually? Hey, look at that. I got some more, like, this is a major, this is like a $45 card. My wife found this at the flea market. Look at that freaking foiling, right? My wife found it at the flea market. Actually, by itself, person had 1 card. What is that? Who carries 1 magic card that happens to be a foil? A Silver Age foil, like silly. A silly world we live in. This is nice too, like these Lorwyn foils. Okay, so some reserve list. Yeah, this is a dual decks mountain. I believe it's a couple bucks. This type of thing bounces up every once in a while. So, hey, look at that. Unlimited lands. I'm going to take all this stuff out and put it aside. Again, I'm not selling it. I will sell a Vampiric Dragon. And an Avatar of Woe. I won't sell that Great Whale. I'm not selling this stuff either. These are from the Ugin's Fate promo packs. Here, I have them here. Let me show you. Oh, there's something blocking that over there. That sucks. Need to clean out the wheel track. This one. This pack has alternate art cards from like an alternate timeline where I don't know. It was back in the day. Yeah. It was like a pre-release game that they played. What is this? How much are you selling the WoW for? I'll buy it. That's a card for my child. Oh, sick. I wouldn't though. It's beat up, like bad. This is the type of thing that I'd rather throw in. Oh, this was cool. Look at this. This was a misprint. Look at the symbol here. Yeah, you can see that, right? Less ink right there. Pretty cool. But yeah, it's beat up, bro. You don't want this beat up one. I don't know what I'm gonna do. These are better. What's it called? To put in the freaking repacks. $40 foils, stuff like that. Yeah, they're old and beat up anyway, so what are you going to do? Alright, so these are the ones I'm going to put aside for now. There's a card of mine. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Stefan. Willkommen. It's with 2 Ks, right? Willkommen. KKOMMEN. Gotcha. They aren't worth much. I know. Crazy. How's a child? They're worth a ton. You know, they were better back then because people were playing them back then, you know. So this is more buy listing stuff. Let's see. It's got a big BL on there, so I assume this is all for buy listing. Jurgen, old and beat up just like me. Oh, this is a mix of all types of things. Yay. Oh my god. There are oddball things in here, stuff I've pulled. Oof. I don't even know where to start, guys. I don't know where to start on this box. Because this is clearly the old buy list box. But it's got stuff like this from... Yeah. These are all decent cards for buy listing and all that. So I will be putting it into the buy list box over here. Okay. Alrighty then. So, we got some Sprechen Sie Deutsches going. Okay, so this is like my box of Time Spy Remastered. And then some. Dream Chisel. Yeah, okay. This is some stuff I also pulled from flea markets. And yep, it's stuff to buy list. Yeah, I opened one box of this Time Spy Remastered, and it was not a great box, guys. It was not a wonderful box, definitely. I don't know about any of this being worth money, but I'm going to look it up to see if it is. Obviously, I'm not just going to send in random stuff. That would be ridiculous. They don't let you do that. It would be great if you could just send like a pile of cards to Card Kingdom and then they'll sort it. But the problem with that is, this is the Ugin's Fate as well. I should put that over here. Yeah, they'll take a lot of your money if you do that. Terrain generators. Before Zendikar, I was buying a bunch of those. I thought they were gonna do something. I mean, they did, but they just didn't move as much as I would have liked. Weird stuff in here, guys. This is totally from A, from opening stuff, from B, from flea markets, and C, like random stuff that I had. I'm definitely gonna buy a list of whatever I can out of this. Okay, I'm almost ready to go outside. You guys ready to go outside and smoke a little bit? Because I feel like it's time. So this says buy list. This says buy list and it says search. Meanwhile, it's like the other way around. Like this needs to be searched and this needs to be buy listed. But I don't feel like emptying them, so I am gonna change what it says on top, which is silly. Instead of just switching them around. Buy list and circle it. Yes. And this needs searching. I think what I need to do, guys, I think I need to like get a table, which sucks, like a whole goddamn table, and lay out cards by set. At this point, I think there's just so many that it needs to be done. Okay, where's my water? Alright, yeah, we're gonna go outside in a moment, guys. I'm just gonna take a sip of water, make sure I have everything, like my phone that I can't find right now. Yeah, how can I lose my phone when I'm sitting here? Hold on. That's ridiculous. Okay. I put it behind me somewhere. Alright, guys, so bear with me. We are going to go outside. So what should I do first? I should definitely pull out this camera. Alright. Can you guys hear me still? Give me a thumbs up saying you can hear me. If you can hear me. Because, you know, I'm changing around my audio sources and stuff right now. And my cameras. Yeah, 3D block turd. Yeah, I do not want to smoke around this stuff, so I can't. I only take pokes of my rosin ped while I'm here. Yes, feed the pups. He's down here, though I don't have the camera plugged in. I'll give him 2 treats for Ben, because I'm not filming it. Yeah, 3D block turd. I just don't like to smoke around all this stuff. It's just too much money worth of product, and I know smoking damage is a real thing, you know. I feel like those cards, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. Well, we have yet to find out. Rudy's thing with the beta cards, I know a while ago he got, I need to like WD-40 those wheels or something. It doesn't feel good. Rudy got a bunch of beta cards a while ago. I'm hoping that the cards he put in the Rudy box aren't just altered smoking damage cards. Imagine, that would be ridiculous. Quit the smoke, Ed. Yeah, yes. I quit cigarettes. I don't know if I'll ever quit the ganja, bro. It's not cigarettes I'm going outside to smoke. At least, you know that about me. Alright, I'm just putting some stuff away before I go outside. Okay, we're gonna go outside. Less smoke, more cards, he says. Yeah, that's kind of the point of the channel, you know, but the live streams are kind of like I'm chilling with everybody. So that's how I chill on a Saturday with my boys. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's take a quick look at the whole setup for a minute real quick. Yeah. Yes, display case with the blisters and the other wall. Yes, now we go outside. Into the garage we go. All right, in the garage we go. Okay. All right, plug you in. Let's smoke more cards, stroke awareness, get your checkups. Yeah. When one big cough can definitely blow something. More conjure, more cards, more happiness. Ah, thank you, HRM. Thank you. Take a poke. Cheers, everybody. Saturday. Freaking chilling, smoking with Ed. You know what? Let me. I'm calling Josh. Let's see what he's got to say. Let's see if he'll pick it up. I'm gonna mute this while I call. What's up, man? You got a minute? Yeah?
What's going on?
I'm live now, man.
Oh, yeah?
I figured I'd call you to say what's up, man. Like, you know, just see how you're doing and shit. Like, dude, you haven't started yet your physical therapy on your arm. When are you starting that, man? This guy.
Hopefully I get clearance next week.
Okay, good. We gotta get you freaking going again, man. Like,
But trust me, I'm losing my mind sitting around.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should, we should do some filming or something soon, you know? Something to do. I was also thinking about those repacks. We gotta get that done too, you know? Because
Definitely have a ton of stuff to go through.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I was looking at what I'm buy listing and whatnot, and it's like there's definitely a clear line between what to buy list and what I should be putting in repacks, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? I think that's like, there's too much stuff that I wouldn't be buy listing. I don't feel like they pay really anything, and people who would appreciate it definitely, you know, really would pay for it. It's just the work of going through to find those people, you know.
Yeah, and you know, actually, that's the point. What's his name? BA over at Anger Collections was in here earlier.
Yeah.
He's like, "Send it to me. I'll pay better than buy list." And he makes a good point. Buy list is really, you know, what they're giving you for your cards is not worth it unless you're getting rid of a bunch of small stuff and trading up to something nice. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like if you're taking several hundred, you know, 20-cent cards,
Yeah.
or, you know, like good common stuff like that, good uncommon stuff, you know, just the fact that they have some value, you know, people don't want them. They have their stuff, you know, like in a store like that, if they're going to absorb, you know, a bunch of stuff like that, give it to them.
Yeah, totally.
Get reserve lists, get some sealed.
Exactly. This is what I was saying. I had a stack of cards. I'm like, there's stuff like Laboratory Maniac from Ultimate Masters.
Ultimate Masters.
Good card, but it's like a $4 buy list card, you know, and it's an uncommon. So I have a stack of them, and if I could turn, I said this stack, you know, you can buy.
That's actually something to dump in a second, because I'll just reprint that in another master set.
That's what I'm
actually,
saying.
I'm just kind of surprised it hasn't been.
Yeah, right. Like it's crazy that it's still that valuable and that they haven't jammed it in something else just to add some quote unquote value.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you know, turning a bunch of Laboratory Maniacs into a pack of Stronghold always feels good.
I think they just took advantage of a lot of cards that they put out on common just to print in foil and you know, it's whatever extended art or whatever they're printing them in now. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Double Masters, I feel like it was obvious what they put in there just based on secondary market value. You know.
And I got to be honest, I think it really did affect the long-term, you know, perspective of it, at least, you know, immediately. I don't mean long-term, but, you know, just not the very short initial. In the initial burst, everyone loved it. It's great, but I think everyone sees how flooded it is. I think that's really what it is now.
I agree. And the constant barrage of collector's edition, it speaks to their willingness to print all types of things all over the place in all the variants.
I hate collector edition. I hate it.
I think
hate it.
I think its life cycle has evolved and it needs to change or
dude, think about this. Even when we were opening like really cool master stuff or just anything in general, you were never finding multiple copies of the most expensive mythic in the set.
Yeah.
And now you can just open a stupid collector's box, and sometimes you can get 2 of them in a pack.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be like the extended, most expensive, but you can still get 2 of the hardest to get normal mythic in a pack, and not even a regular print.
Well,
and
when
that's just, it's out of control.
When you open 12 packs and you get 12 mythics, that tells me they're not mythic rare anymore. That tells me that they are just
100%.
rare. It's kind of,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I think it's actually worse than that, because I think there's some boxes that it seems like there's even almost more, especially with, I guess, some of the rares kind of being...
Well, and it's also set to set. Some, like Theros Beyond Death, were ridiculous with how many mythics, and some were a lot less,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just so disappointing. They kind of play games by printing the lands and stuff. You can tell the lands are being printed on different sheets and then inserted, or certain cards. They're playing games like that where they're playing with the Coalition, like Baldur's Gate.
I completely agree. You're right. The Coalition, because of how many variants and all the weird slots and all that, they're totally being printed differently.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is like their rares are not really like, if you're opening collector's edition and you're opening 3 rares in the pack, they're not rare. Those are uncommons.
Yep.
Like that's the reality. They're really uncommon. So even if you're hitting like the hardest uncommon to get, that's like a basic rare. And that's why, like, to me, like, I know people get excited, and I know you made the video go for the the best version of it if you're gonna go. I'm even so down on that right now. I really am, because I feel like it's so easy for them to flood the market or just reprint it again with different artists, and maybe they'll like that art more, and they're just getting so watered down that good cards aren't really, like, I guess, rare anymore. That's really what it is.
And the chase is like not what you expect nowadays. Like Liliana in Double Masters 22. It's not that great of a Liliana, but it's, I guess, the chase card. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
It's a shitty card, actually.
Although Ren and 6, I called that from the beginning. Ren and 6 was going to be the win,
Oh, absolutely. And they're overprinting the Eldrazi, so the Eldrazi... And the Eldrazi also don't have the same, prestige they kind of have had in the past, because they're printing so many really powerful, other creatures and stuff today, where they're still mega monsters and huge for commander and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like, the difference between what 2 colorless and 2 black got you back in the day, like, compared to now. Freaking Juzam, which hits you once a turn, is just a vanilla 5/5, or like...
Dude, I have some great idea. I mean, play design sucks right now. And honestly, I know, like, you really can't reprint a reserve list card anymore, but what if they were to do something like this, and just get me for a second, okay? It almost like a kicker, where you reprint a Shazam, a 2 and 2 black 5/5 creature that does the damage to you per turn.
Yeah.
Whatever, and you have a kicker cost on it for something like a black and a color, so 2 color list, and something like it gives you like another effect on top of it. So
make it actually playable nowadays.
Yeah, exactly, and just where it is cool to make it a Shazam or whatever, but it still is a functionally different card. You know, and that's the way that I feel like they can redo that kind of stuff. Because
hold on, let me catch up to some comments. The Pax of Stronghold, I'm gonna rip. Actually, HRM, I did that originally. That's why I have those Pax of Stronghold that I rip. They're all from buy listing. Our stores have built-in systems that give you less and less if you buy list multiple copies from the same card. Interesting. In the United States, Jurgen, actually, on the buy list, there's only a limited amount you can buy list. It's kind of the same thing, but not less and less per copy. It's just like, we're only taking 8 or 16 or 32. And then once those are filled, then they change the price. It's the same thing, but a little different. What up, Octobrain? Hello, Peanut. How you doing? Jurgen's new goal. Is he gonna do a full Arabian Nights set? We'll see. It's a sad day when a foil mana drain is only worth $50. Bro, Peanut. Yeah, man. Like this, I pulled one from an iconic Masters box, and I was like, yes, $160 card. And then they reprinted it recently, and it annihilated it. I think that there's a saturation point for every card. Like, you get so many copies out there, it reaches a point where it's just meh now,
It sucks for the collectors so much.
It really does.
Even the players that invest their time or chase these cards, or even like you bought it for yourself. Even
time used to enfranchise players in that over time their decks became worth money. Now that's not the case.
They need to honestly retire the art if they're going to do stuff like that, because ultimately, while it is a game, the art is really what is collectible. I mean, it really isn't so much as we want to pretend it is the card. It really is the art that is special about it.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of the major reasons why I started playing and was into it when I was a little kid. I'm like, whoa. Skeletons and fireballs and demonic tutors, sick.
Dude, the original art is something that people really collect, holds a good amount of value. People sometimes beg to have the digital copies, remade and stuff like that. I mean, people really, really, really love it. I really would love to see the art retired on each card, and that would be the collectability side of it, where it's like, okay, if they do reprint it, if you do want that art, you do have to get that version of it.
Yeah, I agree. Art is a good attack for creating a system for, aside from the reserve list, for enfranchising older copies of cards, for players and collectors alike.
Exactly, and even if you make a special edition where you do reprint the art, you have to make it limited enough and different enough that it still doesn't hurt the original one. It could be worth more, which that's okay, as long as it doesn't hurt the old one. Yeah. That's not the idea, That would be really cool. I would love to see, the alternate art, special border.
I wasn't a fan of the newer Zendikar expeditions, because to me they just weren't special like the old ones. You know what I mean? Doing something like that sucks.
Get them in the packs. It would have been if they weren't box toppers and in the packs and just one or the other, it still would have been a chase. I didn't mind them so much as the toppers.
I mean, they're great. They're great cards. Don't get me wrong. It's just that to do that and to call it expeditions kind of shits on the first version of expeditions. You know what I mean?
It was a chase. That's why they.
Yes, exactly. And now in this one, it's not really a chase. It's just like a subset that's all over the place. That's all. It just cheapens the original a little bit, and that's the mistake that they could run into.
I don't think it really cheapens the original, because it's like I said, if you're going to do something, as long as it's so much different than the original, it won't take away from it. And I don't feel like those really hurt the original at all. I think.
You don't think so? You know what? Okay, I didn't.
No, I don't.
Maybe they didn't hurt it. Maybe they just I've been thinking about this also.
So much different.
I think the potential gets suppressed a little bit. That's all.
I think the next time around, if they don't do it right, the second set, these expeditions from Zendikar Rising, I think those will take a hit big time.
The next time they print fetches and stuff?
Yeah, because they were saturated. But if they do reprint,
to me, it's like the fetches in Modern Horizons 2. It's it's good cards in there. That's all. It's not anything special.
It sucks. That's my point with making so many different versions. It didn't make them. They're not rare. They really aren't. They're like uncommons. It's like getting the chase uncommons now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's see. Jurgen says, let me finish the Antiquities one first. And Arabian Nights are continuing. We're acting. A limited is a hell of a freaking undertaking to make a full set. That's crazy. I'm gonna start actively working on my Antiquities and Arabian Nights BGS 8.5 and up sets.
Well, I'm just saying, if you can find the common sets of these cards and people have them, they're probably worth buying in bulk. Almost at this period right before. I mean, I feel very much that we're gonna see something like 14 again, will people freak out, and we're going to see another sell-off, and prices go crazy and whatever, but, it's the last time.
You think for like Arabian Nights and stuff, we're gonna see that?
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see a sell-off.
Alphas are already gone. I mean, let's be honest. There really is no alphas.
Yeah, but I think Arabian Nights are close to the same. Disappeared.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there's one more little like sell-off or whatever, it's over. Like
no, you mean buyout, not sell-off.
Well, it's not just buyout. I think like we're gonna have. No, look, we're about to face the recession, like actual real recession, not the bullshit what's going on.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of people selling their positions on stuff like that to clear cash when time comes, and that's what I'm saying is the people who have expendable money, the Rudies out there, the people who don't care, and are going to keep investing. They're going to soak up whatever's left. That's why I'm saying if you go after, like, you see a even LP set or whatever of Arabian, if you can get that in commons, buy them. Absolutely. It's, this is the end.
Yeah, totally. Like, get what you can of Arabian Nights, Alpha, Antiquities, Beta,
Alpha's
Unlimited.
Gone. Now, it's a joke. Down for commons, like, there's people who are doing those,
the repacks, right?
The repacks and stuff, and trying, get an Alpha per pack. I watch these guys buying them, and they're spending over $40, $50 on a lot of these commons right now. Mm-hmm. And that's why don't ever buy repacks, like actual repacks like that, where it's a lottery of bullshit.
Hold on, let me catch up to some comments. Liliana Lost Hope is decent, sometimes better than Liliana of the Veil, just overprinted now. It's true. It's not a horrible card, but it's not the best Liliana, I feel like higher up swap Lilianas in 2x2 to boost Dominar United. Possible. I mean, I don't know about this swapping out of sets. I think they're solid 18 months beforehand. Great girls. Traded up to oh nice. Elephant Graveyard, nice HRM. Mana Drain could be legal legacy. It's not even a good card anymore, right, Peanut? Good idea with reprinted art. Yep. Somebody agrees with you about the art.
I think that would be cool.
Really high on this. It costs money to get different art. Yes, it does. 3D.
But that's okay. Listen, if they're charging us for these cards and stuff and whatever, that's also part of it. If you want to have a playset, maybe you want one of each. So it's going to get people to still buy the cards for the new art versions, especially with stuff you have playsets of or, different, commander decks or whatever, different themes. If they're smart, they could really play up the right kind of sense and realize what they're printing art for and stuff and really cater to people.
I agree. I need you know what I need, Josh? I need a green screen curtain behind me when I sit in my garage.
Dude, I know people who live stream, their podcast or whatever you want to call, they do, segments and stuff every week, and they have little things in their garage. You build a little set with a background, and sometimes just a fake sheetrock and stuff like that goes a long way.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? That's a good one. I should just put like a freaking a panel or something and just write MTG.
Two pieces of sheetrock and some furniture, a desk, and some lighting. And the truth is, like Rudy's like setup is probably 2 or 3 rooms, and he's on like each end of the room. And then he, his warehouses, he has a corner where he records. Yep. And it's like he spins like 3 different ways. That's how he's doing stuff.
Yep, I know. A room can be like 3 or 4 different locations to film in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly.
I just show my area for filming. So it's like, yeah, it's a decent spot.
Yes. Almost.
Oh, bro, man, I never thought I'd be this excited for curtains. I just got some soundproof curtains and a track so I can freaking seal off the area and make it like, good for recording like that. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So you guys, advice to buy any alpha one can get in decent condition. Yes, always in the best condition too. Like, buy near mint, please,
when it
guys.
comes to like stuff like that. That's collectible stuff. That's not just buying to have.
But yeah, exactly. Like, it's not just like getting alpha. It's buying the collectible alpha, buying the good condition stuff. Yeah. Good condition. Man, it is crazy out there. Crazy. what's out there, because there is nothing out there. Like, tomorrow's video is about 7th edition foils. I was just looking recently, and it is stupid. It is, yeah, man. Like, and the top card, it's called near mint, and it's like the highest price by like double.
They're LPs. Dude, those foils right now, and you know, because of the time of the foils that you collect, and like I was looking, it is very hard to not find something that isn't, you know, basically cloudy on the very top, because when someone opened that top loader, there was a little bit of grease on their finger. And the same thing with the penny sleeve, when they put it in, that deteriorates, that causes that, you know, discoloration on
not
the top
all
of the
plastics
card.
are equal. PVC is polyvinyl chloride, and it reacts over time. A lot of coins were destroyed because of this.
Yeah, and not even just that. Just think about being a kid at the time, whether you found it or whoever opened it, what was on their hands when they're cracking those packs
kids with some
LGS
peanut butter and jelly fingers and boogers.
Come on, they had McDonald's and pizza.
McDonald's and pizza.
They were eating out of the vending machine at the LGS while they were, you know, playing Magic on Friday night.
Coca-Cola hams, and we all know how bad Coca-Cola is, man. Bleach your toilet and shit.
Dude, that shit cleans everything.
Yo, it's ridiculous, man. I can't believe we drink Coca-Cola.
It really does clean everything.
It's the craziest. You
can clean like almost anything with Coca-Cola.
Have you guys ever tried that, cleaning stuff with Coca-Cola? It's ridiculous. Okay, let me catch up here. Supreme. So is it bad to buy Commander Legends 2 repacks off Rudy and Sam's Club parking lot? No.
You know, listen, I feel kind of like Rudy's 6.9 thing is like a fan club. Like, I'm selling something cool. It does have, you know, like legitimate value in it for what it is, but a lot of shit nobody really wants. Like, that's my opinion. Like,
man, he's moving so much stuff that he's been buying and hasn't been able to sell it. And it's good for him, man. He found an outlet. I bought the pins. You know, it's okay.
I'm not telling you not to. I think it's cool. I think, listen, there's some nostalgic stuff that is very cool. It's Rudy. Rudy's got a fan club, you know, like, whatever. But I do think the Monarch first edition shit that he's giving, to me, that bothers me, because you know that motherfucker got stiffed with so much of that shit and people taking it back that it's like you're just gonna dump that to these. No, that's the shit that he should be holding on to.
But at the same time, Josh, you know, it is a bunch of crap you're getting. But if you pull that Gem Keeper art proof, dude, 60 cases of whatever unlimited boxes, you unload them at $50 a box. It's still a lot of freaking money.
I'm not saying it's not. All I'm saying is, especially, I'm not going to pretend to appreciate any of that stuff. I think all the flesh and blood stuff really was all people. I mean, yes, there's always players that do like stuff, but I think there was a lot of people who saw an opportunity to make a lot of money real quick after, you know, there wasn't a big first print run and prices got a little crazy because, I mean, I do believe there was money, like Rudy and, you know, a lot of other YouTubers that we see, just really throwing shit around and hoarding that shit, thinking if it is the next alpha, I'm willing to hedge, you know, whatever, $1 million on it, $2 million on it. I have that to piss away. And I think that's where a lot of that market went to, and how the prices got so crazy.
Distorted, man. Very distorted.
Yeah.
And after you have one example that's distorted, it's easy for the rest to go freaking sideways.
Right. People start going crazy. They start thinking, oh, well, I missed the alpha, so let me get in on beta.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not saying the game's not good.
I let you talk me out of Crucible. Damn it.
You know what? Whatever you could say. I'm never going to be a believer in any of these new games and stuff, because I really don't believe that people put the time in. People are lazy today. You know, I play tested a game with a friend for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. We're constantly making changes, and the truth is, we got it to the point where we're so balanced that every game was a draw. And that's not necessarily a good thing either.
Yeah, you can't have it overbalanced, man, because then every deck is going to be the same thing, and it's all going to be stasis lock.
Exactly, but to a point, you knew what was wrong with the game, and there was alternate ways to make things end and stuff like that you could add on to make things actually work in the long run. Where right now, I think they're just throwing shit together.
I mean,
They might be play testing a little bit each set, like
yeah, Magic
but
isn't doing good
sets
in
at a
terms
time.
of health, and I think that's where other games are stepping in right now. Like you have Cryptic, man. I think they're doing decent in like picking up some of the slack out there. I think they can take some of the market share
I
along
don't
with
know. I
Fab
know
and Magic.
nothing. I know absolutely nothing about Cryptic. I don't want to knock anyone.
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
just a new game, man. That's all. It's
Yeah,
like it's got
I've
as
seen
much
so much
chance as
stuff.
any other new game.
Exactly. You know what? I think there's something to say that like Pokemon, you never see someone play it.
Yeah, but
people love
okay.
that.
So here, let me speak to a couple of things that has going for it. It's aimed at adults, which is like that. I think is different from a lot of people nowadays. You know what I mean? And they are aware of collectors and rarity and all that from the very beginning. And it's not like they're going ape shit with it, but they know what to do. You know what I mean?
Magic just needs to take a step back and do things right. They need to look at what worked in the past and go back and really learn from it, because I do believe that there is something to say about like the special editions and the alternate arts and the different foilings and stuff, but if done right, that's the real big point that matters. Stuff has to be done right, and if we keep doing it wrong, nobody appreciates it, and that's what's going on now. Everyone's like, there's nothing special about it. I'm not buying this shit.
I agree. You need to have something special, and if everything's special, nothing's special. This is something we've been talking about for a while. Yo, hold on. There's a dude in the comments right now, SGR7th. I'm talking about you. He sent me a, I guess it's his game, right? And it's cracked out, bro. It's like, talk about adult games. This shit is all about like vices and everything. There's hookers and drinking and like crimes and stuff. It's pretty funny. So yeah, we got maybe we'll play that.
You know what? There has to be some technical point to a game. That's what actually makes
I agree, man. A game needs to be technical to some aspect, but it can't be overly technical too at the same time, where like it's all weird shit happening that it's just
It's what's going on is I feel like today they're making stuff almost too powerful that it wasn't like you really needed to really piece together combos. It's like really like one or two things before you can really go off, and it doesn't take much, like right now there's a red enchantment that you can play, and I think it's 6 or 7 casting costs regardless, but they play it in like a storm type of style deck, and just it makes the game not fun at some point, and it only takes one card like that. While it's super janky,
it's kind of appropriate that we're talking about this because of today's video of Stasis. Like, I can't stress to people who didn't play back then how bad it was to go up against like a Stasis deck if you were...
I played that deck because I went to Origins. Was it Origins? It was... I forgot what the tournament was in Philadelphia. And I bought, like, today will be several, thousands of dollars, Power 9, whatever, for Shazam. It was basically a, multicolor creature-heavy deck. And I just got destroyed by 2 control decks, and both of them were Stasis lock decks, and just absolutely made you feel like shit. Like, you couldn't play anything. You were locked out of the game relatively quick, and once you were locked out, there was really no way back in.
Yeah, it's bad when there's 1 or 2 decks that are like that just the game becomes unfun. That's the Eldrazi winter, man. 80% of decks were Eldrazi, and it was all the same freaking thing.
See, I think right now what they need to do, because there is so much digital play, is they need to get rid of the pre-release online early, so that people can't really get the cards that early. And also, if you really want to do the right thing by the LGS, make the pre-release in the LGS. And make it a couple days early so people can get cards and mess around before they can start playing.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. That would that would drive up gameplay in stores if they did stuff like that. But they're not gonna, because they don't care about the stores anymore. It's secondary market. Why would they ever care?
What? I think at some point it's going to change because they're going to lose the Walmarts and stuff with all the stuff and people not taking that. So there's a good percentage of product.
Where are you going to play in Walmart, man?
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're not going to use Walmart anymore. Walmart, Target aren't going to want the product anymore.
They don't want it. Yeah, it gets stolen.
Right, so if that 10%, 15% of the market that they're dumping it off to, they can put it back in the LGS if they do it right.
Yeah, but, you know, are they going to do it right, or is it just going to be Amazon pushing it, you know? That's,
no, they have to,
that's what it might be.
The player reward pack that they were giving out, you know, the foil, all foil decks and stuff, and all the promos. They're going crazy.
The dogs. Hold on, let me catch up on some comments while the dogs are barking. Oh, wait, okay. I think Rudy is the Florida version of Walter White. He's slowly dying from ball cancer and is trying to launder magic cards to back his PCP empire. Oh my god. Alpha Disenchant. That's a good card. You need to have power in your games.
Is a great person for people who love this hobby and want to get product cheap. I think Rudy helps those people with his patience.
I think
when he sells the junk, that's what bothers me. It's when he starts showing stuff. And,
I agree. The overselling of it is kind of ridiculous. $700 for a product is crazy for Rudy. Like, I don't know about that. Did I see the sorcery update? Yes, but again, sorcery is kind of disappointing me lately with their delays. Delay. Good table because brokenness, a little brokenness is needed. That's the reason. Mesmerized by alpha and beta, right? True. Think Force of Will deserve what it got. You mean the game? I think they got silly. My problem with Force of Will is that they have such awesome anime IPs. Did nothing good with them. You know, they were using like Ghost in the Shell and stuff like that. And it's just. That should be awesome. I don't know what happened, and that kind of annoyed me.
Not having good game design.
That's true. That's what it is. The LGS feel like
there's too many people involved. I think that might be part of it. You know, like they're trying to do so much product that they're trying to involve so many people that there's so many ideas where it's like, you know, there's too many cooks.
Yeah. Too many cooks in the kitchen, man. The LGS feels like an outdated business model. It's just not that profitable. Very true. With Amazon slicing all the margins to the bone, I don't see how people can run LGSs at this point. Like, I think that there should be more stuff like these guys should be charging an entry fee and then having like a prize pool with something like, I don't know, like there's got to be something like that they get a piece.
They should literally cater it, charge people for dinner, and start making it like actually nice and not encouraging like young kids to come. Listen, you start at 8 o'clock at night instead of 6, and you don't encourage little kids. But that's the reality.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, they need to.
Little kids on Wednesday or something after school where you have little stuff, and Friday Night Magic, make it about adults.
Yeah, true, right? They should have something like that. Something more than just the cards, like a kind of a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
LGS, the future will probably be in gaming cafes like they got in Asia. I agree, but. Or like more like bars. I've seen that too.
Exactly, like a lounge.
Yep, like more adult focus. I mean, look at us. How old are we? 40-year-old freaking guy here interested in Magic cards. It's not kids. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
If we had a lounge where I can go and smoke and drink and like chill out with some cards, I think I would. Like play some video games, sip on a really fresh beer. Some Sapporo from a tap or something. That would be nice. I would do that. What are we expecting from Brothers War? Solar God says more variants. Yes. Yep.
Wait,
exactly.
Did you see what was in the collectors?
No.
It looks like they're going to have old border artifacts in there.
I saw that. The crumpled one, the picture.
The crumpled cards. So it looks like...
Mishra's bauble, right?
Yeah, like I wish they just didn't overdo that. It would be really cool if you got like 1 or 2 of those in a box, and that would be cool. Like if you got a rare, like that's your case,
Kids over for dinner, not here. Problem is, nobody wants to pay for LGS space. It's been free, but now people aren't getting more. True.
That's what I'm saying. You
Bro,
gotta
you're
have some
40.
sort of
I'm
restaurant or
39. I'm almost 40. You know, I'm almost. I'm there. Just not quite yet, you know. I know. I'm getting there. It's happening. I agree. More adult-oriented gaming venues sounds interesting. And if you look at where arcades have gone, they've basically disappeared except for the beercade. You know, like, and we're talking Dave and Buster's is the one that everybody knows. That's just a chain one. But there's in every city, there's like, you know, nice bespoke beercades where they have real games and like pinball and shit like that. Not all these LCD screens.
Exactly.
LCD screen bullshit. Call that an arcade. I want freaking tube TVs in arcade cabinets where I'm putting quarters on the glass. Okay, I don't have to pay in quarters anymore. But you know what I mean? Like, I want the old school shit, bro. And if I'm gonna be playing for tickets, it's gotta be skee ball or some crap like that, you know?
Nice proper 2-tier table, so you put your drinks and stuff, the food on the sides.
Yeah, man.
On the player, you know, on the where your cards are and stuff.
Have some pizza, you know, like it used to be. I gotta make an arcade. F this. I'm sick of it. I used to hang out at the arcade, man. Like at 2 in the morning, me and freaking Sante would be at the mall because that mall was open 24/7. We'd be at the mall in the arcade.
Yep.
I remember freaking being some blazed kids just playing Dance Dance Revolution and the Grid. Oh, what a great game the Grid was. I don't know if anybody remembers it. That was fun. We played that to death. But this was later on. This was after 90s gaming, you know? This was early 2000 gaming. You know, very different. Early 90s gaming was like the Turtles in Turtles in Time. Is that the one? The old school one?
Yep.
Right? Freaking flicking what are they called? The foot soldiers at the screen if you're Donatello, right? With the staff, right? Yeah.
Simpsons arcade game.
Man, you remember that? You remember the Simpsons? Yeah. Oh my god.
USA.
Okay, what do we got? Paul Plant says, "I wish I was 40." Don't worry, Paul. You're young at heart. I know you. You're going out there hunting gold and shit, man. That's some like youngster shit. Being able to do that, you know. I agree. More adult in gaming venues. I love I could crush beers during Commander at my LGS. That's what I'm saying, bro. There's a sweet arcade bar in Providence. Really? If I go up there, I'm totally gonna check that out. Make it like we're back in the 90s, right? Oh, Dave, MTG Attitude. How you doing, bro?
You know what's nice about that kind of thing? If you make it like a proper lounge, let's say your girlfriends want to come, and they don't want to play.
Yeah.
There's an area where they can sit down, watch TV, hang out with other people, you know, just do their thing, you know?
Yeah. It's weird that in New Jersey they opened a new mall, but it works since it's entertainment driven. Most of the stores aren't retail. Wow, that is interesting. I didn't know that. I know about the mall. I've been passing it for a million years. That's used to be called Xanadu, right? That thing near the stadium. Actually, forget the mall. Go on the other side of the stadium on Saturdays. They got the craziest flea market. I found a what's it called? Minotaur deck with a bunch of reserve list cards like Didgeridoo and stuff in there. Anaba, Spirit, Shaman, you know, things like that. First mall, I think, in like 20 years. Really? No way. It's just been like, it's been bad for malls, man. Malls in America are dying. Go search around on YouTube. There's all types of video. Dude, have you ever watched those dead mall videos? It is cracked out, bro. Like
South Park episode where they took the people from malls and put them into work for Amazon.
That's what I'm saying.
Striking.
That's basically what's happening, man. Found your channel. Pass their moat, please. Pass their moat, please. Found your channel a bit ago. God bless weed smoking Magic players. Sick of a lot of the bells and whistles. Yes, he knows. MTG Attitude just got back from vacation too, man. I went to Spain. This guy went and like, he didn't go to the cities like I did. He went into the nature. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Entertainment mall is smart. I agree. I think our economy outside of home, I think shopping is going into the home.
Yeah,
Whereas
it's all going to be digital, but with the returns
exactly,
and
and I
stuff,
think
people
the
don't care.
economy needs to be experience based because that's what people are spending their money on now.
Listen, half the stores threw out the returns anyway. It's not like they went back. If stuff went on the shelf, they went on the shelf. But how many times stuff come back without tags and stuff, and
Well, yeah, there's like a
lost,
crazy
damaged.
amount of loss and like stupid stuff going on with stores, like taking in returns and like how much clothing is wasted and thrown out versus, and also how much inventory they have to have. It's like these are two areas where it's just like the old school doesn't work anymore. Now, I mean, shit, you could print clothing. You know what I mean? To spec. They have stores like that over in Japan. I mean, their society is gonna be all robots soon. They got nobody left. But yeah, that's like the same idea. Get rid of the inventory, get rid of the freaking overhead, man. Yeah. But they need to do that at the LGS too, but they can't. They're not Amazon, right?
No,
I don't know.
Amazon's. I can see Amazon failing. There's no way that they could sustain what they're doing. I mean,
If they're the only
horrible to their
one, bro,
employees.
I know, but you know what they're doing? Everybody else will die before then. Because I used to work for Nice Pack over in Rockland, PDI,
Yeah.
and they make they fulfill orders for Amazon and Walmart and Target, and they're like, you hear the crows, by the way.
Yeah.
But they're like, I remember the discussion from the higher ups that it's like, we get these huge contracts that you can't say no to. You just can't if you're trying to operate in business nowadays. Except that the profit margins are razor slim. You screw up a couple of trial runs or like your development goes long. Now you're no longer in the black for that product. Whatever. It's ridiculous, and like so basically they're just gonna squeeze everybody else before they get squeezed.
That's what I guess. Either way, it's just not sustainable. There's too much returns and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think, okay, look, let's talk about that, right? We were just discussing how malls are becoming experience based. I think the LGS needs to shift how it operates to be friendlier to that, like an LGS like Toy Wiz being a standalone place on the side of 59 isn't a great location. I think nowadays being in the experience freaking mall in Jersey would probably be a smarter idea, like I don't know, being in a place where these freaking birds just being in a place where like people are kind of a captive audience is, I think, the new place for an LGS,
I don't know. I think you need, like I said, I don't think an LGS is the answer. I think like that cafe that has this kind of
No,
stuff.
but that's what I mean. I mean like a new design for an LGS, one that fits better into like a mall experience type place,
Mhm.
like next to a Lego store. Why can't you have like connected to and have a spot to build Legos too? Kids can play
I think
there.
a
The
strip
adults
mall
can have
is
a
great
drink.
spot, and just have some.
Jurgen, take care, man. Good to see you. Good to see the Euro peeps. The early stream is good for the Euro peeps.
It's late there. It's almost 1 o'clock,
Mhm.
probably.
Thanks for hanging, bro. Oh, yes, Jurgen. I'll let you know the next time I go to I do an early stream, man. Don't worry about it. Zero leadership and LGS. I don't know where those are going. There's zero leadership. Oh, yeah. I think that we need to have a leader in terms of a new design and a rethink of how the LGSs and the gameplay operates. Like things have changed totally in terms of connectivity and how people interact. Like think about that too. It kind of reflects these kids nowadays. They don't see anybody. They don't meet nobody like in person. It's all on the computer, so like
I don't think catering to kids is the answer.
No, no,
I
that's
don't
not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. I think excluding them
No,
from your
no.
thing,
Look,
I
look,
think,
look.
you know,
Let me make it very clear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it just reflects what's happening in LGS is what like kids do and everything like that. It's not necessarily at all has anything to do with them. I
I'm
think
saying they play games because they sell toys, they sell all these other things that kids would buy.
Yeah.
And they also sell these products hoping that, hey, as they get older, they're going to mature into these kinds
You
of
know,
things.
I saw an awesome LGS in Kentucky, was it, when I went down there? They had like a couch zone, a big screen TV, a couple of video games. Like, totally, why do not more LGSs have this? It's kind of like a no-brainer. It seems like if you captive, you know, it's all about making a captive audience, right? And if you have only one thing for them to do, which is set up your complicated board game or Warhammer mat on a table, you know, it's like not everybody's in it for that. Maybe some people want to look at video games and maybe rip a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, you know, like I don't know, man. It just seems like they need to change the focus. Like the whole bank of tables idea is old school.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like the old video games, you know, having like an area that you can play like GoldenEye or Mario Kart or something.
Dude, or like have one or two old school cabinets, like, you know.
Exactly.
Man, like they need to. It's just I think it needs to be rethought how the LGS is set up. I don't think it's about the LGS as an idea. I think it's about adapting to the times.
I mean, put it like this: I don't think buying all these toys and keeping thousands and thousands of dollars of inventory on the shelf is smart. Dude, half that stuff people can buy online.
Yeah, I agree. However, look, man, look what happened during the pandemic. That turned out to be a genius thing to have inventory if you could survive, right?
No, I understand, but that's what I'm saying. Still, regardless, a lot of that stuff is hard to keep around. You know, like it doesn't necessarily gain value, and it's sitting there. You have to pay for area for it to be. You have to, you know, store it, and then damage, theft.
Yeah, true. That's a whole other thing. Is the risk involved with having an LGS. I don't like that. Like, you know, look at Toy Wiz. They went through it. They had a dude just freaking drop a window with a rock.
Area. You know, like, so something like I do believe food is a good way to do it. Have a good little like niche, you know, food basic thing where you can do like
food
a lot.
There's a lot of food you can make with ridiculous profit margins, and I think that would help the stores. You know, food and drink.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be too complicated either.
No.
Just stuff like quick bites that people can get. And
yeah,
play with
a freaking you know, cups and a soda machine, like.
Exactly. You can make it BYOB after 9 o'clock or something.
For real, bro.
Like 18 only.
Yeah, or make them buy your freaking cans of Bud Light, you know, for $1 million.
Well, you need a license.
But you know what I mean. Like, there's ways to freaking stroke it and make it like, you know.
Freaking a liquor license is expensive. So.
Yeah, it's true. But you don't think that would pay off?
No, not unless you have the right. Yeah, not unless you have the right environment that you're really attracting people.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would be like, make that a thing, man.
That gaming area could possibly work. You know. Like, I could see, like, having, like, a real smoking room and stuff like that where people can get up and go to the area if they smoke cigarettes, cigars, or whatever, and not go outside and do that, and then go have a drink or whatever. And like I said, if there's a lounge area where,
you definitely need more of, like, a hangout, like, type experience going on at the LGS. I think that's kind of... You know, the gathering in Magic, it's a very important thing, and nowadays it's just so easy to not gather. You know what I mean? Yeah. With not just the app, but you have the tabletop simulator and Magic Online and all these like ways to play. It's kind of crazy. Let me catch up with the chat.
You know what also with LGS, a lot of people get their stuff stolen there, and you don't see a lot of people wanting to bring their stuff out to play unless it's like a tournament or something. Good.
Yeah, I agree. It's not that savory of an experience too, but you know, that's anywhere where there's a lot of people. Take care, HRM and MTG Attitude. Peanut the Greyhound. I haven't been to an LGS since 2017. Damn, bro. Just worse than MTGO. Too many weird people, not a lot to do. The events suck. I didn't see the point of going. Peanut, this is what we're talking about. They need to revise how it is. And it was in walking distance to your house. Damn, bro, that must have been quite the negative experience. Yeah, again, the LGS needs to be revised for modern day, and I don't think they're hitting their mark.
I think if they can start to attract the right kind of group of people, I think that really changes the whole environment and atmosphere.
I think, look, I agree, and I think catering to the high end collector isn't necessarily a bad idea, because who's that? Who are they? Who am I gonna rob? Why? I'm not a high end collector. Who's Daniel Chang gonna rob and why? You know what I mean?
I'm thinking that you want to attract the older nerds. You know,
yes,
the people who are still playing
you got the
video
money.
games and stuff.
You need the profit margin too. So that's like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just oh, Paul, it's gotta go. Take care, bro. But yeah, I think that's where the money is too. So I think it would be a smart idea to kind of go after that clientele. You know, I'm not saying to ignore the player or the younger players. I'm just saying, why not have a slant towards like the luxury, the high end? You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I just think it would be great. I've always had the idea of making LGS that doubles as a higher end restaurant / bar. I agree, Shadow Cloud. I agree. It needs to have something like that. A new.
So then you can justify the extra room by like you having tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you still have a regular income. You know, that's what's important. You got to be able to have some revenue and pay the bills and keep the doors open.
Exactly. So. And you know, it's a great use of space. Not every restaurant is full all the time, right? And not every freaking not every LGS is having a tournament all the time either, you know? So it kind of works.
It's almost so easy to make like bar pies and stuff like that. Like literally,
and
like
again, profit margins for LGS are so slim nowadays that a lot of these food and drink type deals are where the profit margins are at, you know? Like, it's getting kind of ridiculous.
I think I'd rather keep something like that around than stuff
also
like
play
toys.
Magic and board games. Exactly, Shadow Cloud.
Yep.
A couple of my LGSs, 1 minute LGSs, like I did one in New York, and it's just like that. It's a cool place to hang and get like a themed drink. I don't think they were alcoholic, but whatever, that's their thing. But they had like tables to sit. They had all the board games on the wall. You know, you could bring Magic cards. You can buy packs of Magic cards.
Exactly.
And I think that whole experiential LGS is kind of like going to be the only survivors. I think it needs to definitely change. Did I like the Mansion Reverse Hollow? Yes, those cards are very cool. SGR, freaking, what's it called? It's all about the vices, man. The freaking personal conquest game. The food doesn't have to be fancy. It should be like Five Guys tiers. Since you can't have Michelin star restaurant for gaming, it wouldn't make sense. Peanut, I don't disagree, but I also think you can make good pizza. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I'm telling you, like, very easy. You got to think of like a pizzeria. They have like a little, like, they don't have like a big grill. A lot of them have a little grill.
Yeah.
You know, like a little top.
It's a cube. It's like a 8-foot cube.
You just need a cook and make some very basic stuff, nothing crazy.
Yeah, man. You know? A fry, you know, thing where you can fry shit, whatever that's called.
Exactly, some prepared
the
stuff.
Fry
that,
Leader
you know,
2000.
Easy. Exactly, like a pub, like
the corn baller.
You
guys seen Arrested Development? The corn baller. Oh my god.
Every time. The idea, you know, and good enough bar food that, like, if people wanted to order lunch and stuff, they could order lunch, takeout.
You know, bro, I hate to bring it up. Just, it's only on my mind because I was there. Spain and the way they do tapas would be perfect for an LGS or something like that. Like, for what we're talking about.
Little menus, some stuff, little bite-sized little things.
Little plates, like a skewer with like an olive, a freaking, I don't know, chunk of cheese, a sardine, and like a half-dried tomato. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, a little bit of like munch action. You know what I mean? Don't need to go crazy.
Like mac and cheese, mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers, bar pizza. You know, you can make like salads and stuff like that.
Like
little
Dave
wraps.
here, he just said you should come out with us next year to our island trip, Ed. Burgers, dogs, potatoes, mac and cheese. It's awesome, man. Exactly, that's what we're talking about. Like, keep it simple. I don't understand why it's got to be complicated. Like a hot dog, talk about profit margin right there, you know? Yes, thank you, Dave. Hit the like button. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, like, pies, casseroles, simple, can be really good. Exactly, again. Like a
But here's the
tavern
thing,
style.
It will be federally illegal at some point, but you know, you can always have tournaments, and you got to talk to your LGS. They might not want to be involved, but you can always set up events and have hosted events and stuff like that. Like,
You know,
people
weed
do
doesn't
stuff.
have to be federally legal. Why can't you, in a legal state, like, give out a quarter of a gram or like a joint with entry and charge like a $10 entry fee?
No, just make like a high rollers event or something where you have people show up and you have an outside, you know, a tent event where people can smoke outside, do their thing, and hang out.
Have some
music
like some
and,
chairs
you know,
set up
stuff
and
like
shit.
that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't see why it's illegal. Like, people can smoke in public. Doesn't
Yeah,
have
you
to be
can't do it
federally
everywhere.
legal.
You got to just also have a store that's willing to be like, okay, I'm okay doing this with, you know, being like, I'll co-sponsor it or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that
Some
would be
stores are
freaking
probably a little
sick.
sensitive with mixing, you know, questionable, you know, while it is legal, and I'm not going to judge someone for doing it, but, you know, some people, adults especially, may. So some LGS might question them selling kids products.
I think the
toys,
biggest
and stuff
problem
like
is, again,
that.
the LGS is usually at a location by itself, and if you have people smoking and drinking, like, you know they're gonna drive and leave. But, like, I don't know how restaurants get away with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What do we got? A lot of people starting
When you pay a lot of
LGSs are
taxes and
doing
you
it because
have
they love
a
Magic
license.
first.
they
And
tend
Shadow
to-
Cloud, that is a big reason to not start an LGS, is just because you love Magic. Like, you need to have that business want also at the same time, like, and a plan, and that's why some of these LGSs fail hard. Depends on the state. Peanut says true. It will be federally legal one day, Dave says,
is
as it
100%
should.
right.
So many
There's
benefits.
so many benefits.
I
Literally-
guarantee violent crime will be reduced. Hostess stocks will be up. Exactly.
biggest-
People won't
the
be so
biggest
mad in the
adversary-
street, you know? Like,
The biggest adversary to being federally legal is the pharmaceutical companies. That's 100%.
well, because you can't
right
tax
now-
it, because you can grow it. But you know what is a good
No,
sign?
not even that. They have a monopoly on healthcare.
True,
If you think
true.
about it, like,
At a most
natural
basic point, yeah,
healthcare,
if it's not going through
anything,
them
it's
and
shunned.
they're not getting their piece, they're not going to let it happen. But, you know what for me is like a major sign that things are changing is that one of the largest demographics of growing potheads is actually freaking people in old folks' homes. They have like old people going on like bus trips
the
during the
math.
day to
Do the
like a
math.
dispensary now.
Do the
you know?
math. The 60s. How old are the people now?
Yeah, like, but
teenagers
that's the
by the
people that
60s.
are voting. You know, the
Right.
teenagers smoking aren't voting.
Well, this is the thing. You have and not to get very political or anything. There's a lot of conservatives that aren't just negative about it
Yeah.
right now. They actually are supporting it because there is a good amount of money to be made in.
Well,
in
that's
that,
the point. I don't
they're always,
know.
good about making money. You know.
I don't know why they don't advertise. I mean, Colorado has been saying it for years how much millions they're making from the turnaround.
Listen, there's good and bads that came out of that. Colorado has very much increased their healthcare and education systems. I mean, their kids are really benefiting the most out of the legalization. But the infrastructure of the major cities are really struggling, and there are some really bad areas with homelessness and drug addicts, and that's a big issue right now. You know, and that's true. That's concerned with everywhere.
Well, there's gonna be degenerates everywhere when it comes to anything, man. If people can abuse it, they will.
Well,
look,
you're
talking about a society where Coke wasn't good enough, they had to go and make crack. You know, like because they just gotta have it all faster.
Dude, our government are protecting opium fields overseas.
Oh yes, I mean
that they don't get, you know.
Purdue Pharma is. You might as well be like, this is the CIA.
Dude, it's
in
horrible.
The North and the West Coast, it works by obviously in the South or Midwest. It's not that. Yeah, of course, peanut, which can be fine, but it hinders growth and becomes a drain on the owner after a while. I don't know what that is in reference to Shadow Cloud. Hope it's legal soon. Sucks how insurance It does suck how insurance can't cover weed. There are certainly people who should be prescribed ganja out there.
And the digital companies have. That's part of why they've made this whole thing where they're cracking down on PayPal and like all the digital, transactions and stuff. Is because
CPA 88. Hold on. Let me address this to CPA 88. He's like, food is not as easy as you guys say. Totally. But what's to stop a place from having a small barbecue out front with like some hot dogs in a freezer? You know what I mean?
It really isn't. It isn't that difficult if you're smart, because you know, having someone on the grill that can handle that kind of stuff and food, it costs you about $25 an hour. To set up that space could be, you know, $30,000-$40,000 to have a little corner area that's properly done.
When you're talking about good and cheap food, Northeast is very expensive, bro. And Southeast as well, it's pricey. But what we're talking about is food with large profit margins. Like, why not some mac and cheese? You know how cheap that shit is? You know what I mean? Like, it's all about that profit margin. Pasta's like, you know, pennies. Dave says the pharmaceutical companies keep it illegal. The good thing 100%. Is people are getting wise to that. The baby boomer generation still sucks, but they got that one right. It was raised in my previous comment about LGS owners not being business owners first. Exactly. That's not the way to do it, Shadow Cloud. You know, that cocaine is good, but I want something that makes my heart as soon as it... Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I was laughing before.
Dave, you know it. It's ridiculous.
Look, not to... Whatever. There's so many benefits of mushrooms right now that are being, you know, slowly opening up. And, you know, I have friends that regularly partake in stuff, and it's so interesting to see that people like really who struggle with depression and
PTSD,
and other mental, you know, illnesses and stuff really benefit so much from this stuff that even if it's not by themselves and they do need medication over, you know, whatever,
I just think that
it really helps.
The problem is the old classification system with like Schedule 1 and Schedule 2 and all this bullshit. When something's under Schedule 1, it's hard to ever get off Schedule 1, and it can't be studied medically, and that's the stupidest
things are
thing.
Changing though, because
it's totally changing, man. There are all types of
people who are
therapies
stuck in their ways are unfortunately running out of time. You know,
running out of time. They're dying. You mean the old folks are dying?
Yes, but that's listen. You know what?
People who are stuck. Let me just say this statement here. Josh was trying to say old folks are dying by saying people who are stuck in their ways are unfortunately out of time.
Listen, there's old people who think all different ways, you know, whether they're okay for, you know, one thing, just whatever, it doesn't matter.
I just like that's like a true, like, that's like a true slant, like a newsroom slant or something.
Well, you know, listen, we all have parents, and we may not all think the same as our parents or relatives and stuff, and nobody wants to see anyone lose anybody. You know, look, you're no matter what your political beliefs are or something, we're all humans first, and we should all be good humans. Whether we say stupid things or believe stupid things or just repeat them, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, everyone says stupid things from time to time, but the reality is we all need to.
Dave, you are 100% correct. Northeast is super expensive for anything except including food, and you know, like my rent, and I had to move out of there because of it. My rent was $17.50, and this was like three years ago or something like that now, and it's. Dude, that's just rent, you know? Like, you gotta live after that. And then, like, gas is crazy. It's ridiculous. Pretzels and hoagies are cheaper up here versus the south.
Sorry,
We have a
Paul.
lot more abundance of grains. You're right, Peanut, but like, you know, now you're splitting hairs, bro. PTSD is a real issue for sure. Mushrooms and pot are a great help. Indeed, Dave, indeed. And like that whole you know, suppression and treating people like criminals for wanting to just try and find an alternate means of help, maybe a natural means instead of the goddamn pills that the pharmaceutical companies are always gonna push. Like, you know what I mean?
You know, like when they first started making.
Paul Plant says, "Wow, Josh, watch the age stuff."
You know, when they first legalized medical marijuana in New York, it was, you know, basically because there was a young girl, I think she was under 9 years old, who was having seizures, and her parents were trying to get her, you know.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. The story and CBD was the only thing,
they were having
right?
a lot of trouble doing that. Yeah, it was a very big deal, you know, and you know, at the time my mom was sick and stuff, and I was able to get some, you know, medical grade FICO, full extract cannabis oil, and they were charging me so much money. I mean, it was like $30 a gram for something like that, which was insane. I mean, think about it. You need to take minimum 1 gram a day. So not having insurance,
it gets expensive, bro. Like ganja off of insurance,
just for the
like
product out of your pocket.
No, I get it. Look, man, I got fucked up knees, and like, you know, that's half the reason I smoke. It helps with that. Like, you know, I can go further for longer walking around if I got some ganja in me. It just helps. But like, you know, even buying that amount to just help you medically is just getting silly. And I know they have like cheaper menus for those who are medical, but it's still pretty expensive. They need to subsidize that a little bit more.
Should be partaking in some of these and just charge people.
You know, actually, I'll tell you, Colorado had it right for medical. Like, they use their recreational to subsidize the medical, so much so that like an eighth goes for like $5 or some shit. Or anyway, this was when I was there. This is what they were telling me. I don't know how accurate that is now. I got a few more minutes. I'm gonna stop at 7 because that's when Pat the Pauper goes on, and I do not want to step on his toes. He is a good guy. Him and MTG Gaming Bob. Go check them out afterwards. Yep, try finding a place to rent.
If
Exactly.
these states really want to do it right, they should really allow for the legal market for people to do it and just take basically taxes. It would generate so much money for the black market and people who are doing that kind of stuff on the side, and you know, no matter what, they would never see that money. But if people were able to get like assurance that they would never get in trouble or anything, why would they not use a marketplace? Like, I'm looking for something, like almost like a you know, like the car services now, you know, where someone's looking for something. If you could help them, why would you not do that? You know, let the government take your money.
It's called Craigslist, and it happens all the time. People are buying and selling shit on Craigslist.
But that's what I'm saying. You still have to. You're still taking risks now, whether it's a, you know, legal state or not.
Yeah.
Dealing with, you know, people like that. And people are still risking it. And
It's still dealing with people,
arrested,
and a lot of people are freaking assholes. And yeah, whatever. Let's turn it to the comments. Anybody out there that has any questions or anything they want to say before I bounce, because I got 3 minutes left. Now is the time. Otherwise,
what's your
hit the
favorite
like.
bar food? What are we going to make at our LGS? What's everyone's favorite food?
Yeah, right? What's the food for the LGS, man? Come on, tell me. What do you got? What do you think we should have in the LGS? We're going to take polls, and then we're going to do the LGS. All right, guys? But yeah, man, for real, I don't know. There's just a lot going on, even though it doesn't seem like a lot. You got the Warhammer thing, you got Dom Yu dying, you got Brothers War coming out.
I would love to talk about the Warhammer stuff. To me, it's very interesting, really, really interesting what they did with that, and it's cool. It's basically Portal 3 Kingdoms all over again.
But I just feel like look, man, it's a pre-con, bro. It should be cheaper than it is. You know what I mean? Well, like, pre-cons are for people to play.
There's so many like unique like type of cards, like names and stuff, that they'll never reprint those again. It's not like you can reprint the ass hats in you know, Dominaria next time.
Okay,
whatever
we
they
got
call it,
pizza is an answer. Bagels. What do you think is the best opportunity in vintage sealed boxes? I actually think Weatherlight came down a lot. I think Mirage and Tempest are at kind of sideways points.
Yeah.
Um,
I think a lot of the stuff is going to be very quiet until the sell-offs again.
yeah, and
you're
then
gonna
it's
see
gonna
prices
pop
drop,
even crazier because
then
the
go
inventory
crazy.
isn't out there. How I'm sniping a bunch of collector's edition cards near mint LP. They look nice. Keep the LP or sale.
Keep going
No, Paul.
for
It depends on
collector
what
editions.
card. Look, I wouldn't keep LP Lance, but I would keep LP Duels. You know what I mean? Or Gauntlet of Might, something like that, or Illusionary
Dude, those
Mask.
are such low print runs on that kind of stuff. Though, as soon as the realization of the numbers catch up to like the fact, it's like Commander decks.
Dave
They only made
says,
10,000 Commander
question, how are babies made? Favorite LGS food?
I don't want to get
Jalapeno
us
poppers.
unmonetized.
That's
I'm not
a good
going
one.
to talk about
Yeah,
how
right?
babies
I
are
gotta
made.
stay monetized here. We're not going there today, Dave. This is not sex ed class from, high school. Jalapeno
we'll
poppers
do
is his
another- we'll
food,
do
though.
another
That's a good
again.
one. Why is Dom Yu dying? Because they did was freaking throwing the Legends cards in Liliana. It seems like a robot made those choices, and it wasn't really like smarter on another level. It was just kind of like
there's too much Commander stuff out there right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everything that even the Commander people are just overwhelmed that they're just going to buy the cards that they need.
yes, exactly.
There's just too much product out there.
All right, guys. I don't know if Pat is live, but either way, I'm only going to 7.
Chris made a comment. You guys have some of the better stuff right now. It's amazing how much stuff in the Midwest is actually really good. Michigan, Chicago, all these newer markets that have opened up have really, really good product that's making it out here. I know, like California, it's very hard to get the good stuff from California.
Yo,
out to this coast.
but at these cheap prices, I like that it discourages like these cartels. You know what I mean? Like these cheap prices, it makes sense. But it makes sense to do a smaller like bespoke batch, of like really good ganja for like the individual
They
now.
open up the market and just be like, here, listen, you're allowed to make X amount of money per year, okay? And
Yeah.
just allow people to do that, take their taxes out of it, whatever it is.
Chinese food at the LGSs might be a bad idea. Indeed, it would. All right. I gotta wrap it up though, Josh. It's time. All right, guys. It was good hanging. Thanks for coming by, Josh. I appreciate that. It's good to talk to you. Dave, SGR, Chris, Peanut, Paul, CPA, Prime 406, Ben Affleck, Stone Pony, the usuals. Shadow Cloud, I appreciate you guys showing up and hanging. Chris says it's a plan. It should be cheap. I agree. It should be. You grow the goddamn thing. Is it possible for Damu to be a busted set if they pull all the tabernacles? No, you still pull some good stuff. I think long term that lottery aspect is still valuable in the set. All right, guys. On that note, peace out. Take care. I will catch you soon. Next week is a big-ish live stream, so definitely make sure to come by for that one. It will be fun. Later, guys.